Right, good afternoon. Hopefully, oh, just move my chair. Hopefully you've got to the point where you've got both your rings together now, or done. Yeah, so I've actually pinned mine together, but as you can see, it's two separate. Okay, leave your papers in for now. We don't take them out for a little bit. So yeah, I showed you this. Yeah, so I've already covered my base, so that will go in there, but not yet. We're going to stitch the outside now. You've got a choice here. You can put in, I mean, obviously I wouldn't use these colours, but you can put in an insert here if you want to, if you want bubbles, that kind of thing, or if you want to put, again, I wouldn't use this colour, but you can trap in some lace or something like that. Okay, so you can do you on this bit. You could also do some embroidery, probably, yeah, maybe do the embroidery before you actually put them on the template, if you like, so because that way you can then, yeah, so you can stitch on here before you template it. Oh, honestly, stitch it onto your template. Oh, words today. The other thing I want to say, I couldn't remember what this stuff was called. This is a translucent see-through thread that I like to use for the stitching together, because you just really literally cannot see it at all. Yeah, it's a bit of a fiddle to work with, but it's the Metler Transfill. I couldn't remember what it was called last time I videoed this. Right, okay, so the next step I do anyway is to stitch these together. Okay, I'm probably going to whiz you forward quite a lot with this one, because it does take a bit of time. I'm going to use this thread because it's kind of matches. So here we go. Yeah, I'll say I will fast forward you in it. I'll do a couple of bits, and then I've also cut out my base. Again, I like to put felt on the bottom. It doesn't have to be felt. When you cut out your, hang on, when you cut out your base hexagon, you could put some quite stiff interfacing on the back there. Oh, this is going to be a day, isn't it? This is going to be today. Can't even thread a blooming needle. Right, there we are. Yeah, you could, yeah, what you could do is use your template to cut out a piece of stiff interfacing. And then you could do the same thing as you've done here, thread based it, and then once you know that'll be a nice solid bottom. I'm going to stop talking because I don't talk about anymore. I'm tired, I'm sorry. I keep waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Mind you, it's so hot and humid here in the UK at the moment, and we're just not used to it. And no, we don't have aircon in our country. You go in a shop with it and you just sort of think, yeah, I'm just going to stand here for a bit. Right, so hide your knot. And all I'm going to do is catch all my threads on my needle. Just skim through the top and do a blanket stitch. All right, that's all you got to do. Well, that's what I'm doing. If you know of any other stitches that will hold this together, I'm just going to take that pin out. So I just need to wiggle it. You're literally just catching the very tops of the two fabrics to join them and make them as one. My evening shot. See, this camera, it's done it again. Right, stop moving. That is so naughty. I line it all up before I switch it on. It's blooming moved again. Yeah. Well, I hope you enjoy making these. They are very easy to do. They're not hard, and they're a good little scrap buster. And like I said, I do enjoy my little one here. I like these, but this one is going to be quite handy for holding cotton reels of reels like this and stuff like that. So I'm going to put you on fast forward, probably ×8, So in your eyes, I will whip round this in no time. Honestly, hands are not working today. Yeah, I'll put you out of your misery of me waffling on in your ears. I'll see you on the other side. In fact, I will pause you and come back when it's all stitched around. Otherwise, it's just going to be me doing that. I'll be back in a bit. Okay, that's all done. Yeah, you can just sorry, you can just see the blanket stitching. I do blanket stitch because it kind of fills in the gap, you know. There's like a, obviously where the two pieces join, there's a bit of a gap, so I do that. You can whip stitch it, you can do whatever stitch you fancy doing. I'll be honest with you, it's completely up to you. I'm just going to bury my thread in the middle here without stabbing my finger. Take that down there so it's nice and neat. So that's that part done. Gotta find my thread now. Where are you? Right, I knotted it when I right, okay, so you'll have the two rings together now. Okay, the next step is to take the threads and the papers out, the holding threads, these ones that the basting stitches rather. I know what I was going to say to you. I know I didn't make any sense earlier. What I meant about the embroidery, here's some spares here that are cut out. I can get my fingers to work today. It's clearly not going to happen. So once you've cut your fabrics to size, okay, with a gap basically, you can either mark that on the front with an air erasable pen or a water erasable one, but basically before you stitch it onto or baste it onto there, do your embroidery. Okay, do that, and then once it's embroidered, baste it onto your template as normal. All right, I'm hoping that actually made a bit more sense. I was thinking about it as I was stitching. I thought, you do waffle on. I'm surprised anybody follows anything. Right, okay, so take all your threads out now. I'll whiz you through this bit because it's going to take a minute. You can keep these if you want, but personally it was rubbish cotton anyway, so yeah, let's whiz through this. Right, they're all out, this camera, honestly, I swear. Look, does it drift slowly or something? Right, so now that's done, I can take all our papers out, and yes, take both sides out. And what I do is I bring all the raw edges, well, I don't know, you can kind of do that if you want to, but if the raw edges stick out, don't worry too much. But I think because we've handled it so much, it's more or less finger creased itself anyway. Now, if you're really good at stitching, you won't have any marks around the edges where you've caught the paper. So far, so good. I'm not holding out hope for the rest of it, but we'll see. I had trouble seeing the threads on this darker fabric, so... Oh, see, here's one I've caught. No, maybe not. No, okay. Well done. And this was just photocopier paper, okay? You don't have to have anything special. Again, if you want it to be a super standy uppy bowl, put some interfacing on one of them. I don't know, I didn't in this. It's too No, there's nothing in there, it's just fabric. So right, so it's a little bit floppy now. Okay, don't worry about it. See, it's done it again. Keep your templates for next time, because you'll probably want to make another one. They're a little bit addictive. So we're just going to tuck all the bottoms back in. Okay, so I work on it upside down now. Okay, so you get your bottom bit, and you're basically going to do whip stitch, you know, like you did on the edges here. You're going to do exactly the same on the bottom. Now it can be easier to work it kind of from the inside, because you now need to stitch both of those together. All right, so you need the innie and the outie together, and the edge of your hexagon. Now if this looks a little bit sketchy when you do it, don't worry, because we are going to stick a bottom on, because I think this was a bit sketchy. I can't remember. But yeah, once you stitch the base on, again, you don't, well, yeah, you do have to do the base, but it doesn't have to be in thick felt. I just choose to do that. So again, I think I'll just switch to this stuff. Just plain cotton is fine. I just get a little bit fussy about seeing the stitches. It doesn't matter, you can just use ordinary cotton, because this stuff is a bit of a pain to see to thread, but I don't think you could you do this on a machine? I suppose you could do this part. No, probably super fiddly, I don't know, but I prefer to hand stitch it anyway. So right, okay, so oh, come here. Right, so you want the right side showing. Okay, you just match corner to corner. If you've got littler pins, it might be easier. You might have to give it a little bit of a wiggle to get it to fit. But basically, we're just going to sew, catch the inner and the outer, and we're going to stitch them together. I don't think mine knot formed. Yes, it did. Okay, so the edge of the hexagon, the inner pentagon, and the outer pentagon, and stitch. I have to get a thimble. Okay, so the edge of the hexie, inner, outer, done. I'm going to take that out actually, because I think it's going to be a pain. That one's going to be a pain as well. Pins, we love them, but actually they can be a blooming nuisance sometimes. Alright, so you can see what I'm doing. I'm just literally, let me get it up close for you. I'm literally catching the edge of the hexagon, which is this bit here, the inner piece and the outer piece, all three pieces together. Okay. And of course it all gets caught around your pins. I don't know where my other ones, I think they're downstairs, my little diddy ones. I'm laying on the nerve of my arm. Stop shaking. Alright, so just do that all the way round. So you might have to do a little bit of finagling. It's kind of fitting all right, but when you get to the edge like here, let me see if you can see, they're kind of not, come here, they're not kind of matching up. So what I will do when I get to that seam there, I will force them all to go together. Okay, so just, you know, this is the joy of hand stitching. You can make things do as they're told. So again, I'm just going to do that all the way round. I'll do this first bit with you, I suppose, and then again I'll pause you, and I can get it up close to me then, so it just makes it easier, because my eyesight's not the best, unfortunately. You see these blooming pins, they're going to have to go. They call it invisible thread, but I can see it. But you can't see it when it's all stitched. See? Reinforce that corner. Okay, so that's one edge done. Okay, so kind of turn it, bring your two pentagons together first, then bring your hexagon up. Let's see if I've got a shorter pin there. Just hold that there a second. So just check that your corner is on the corner of your hexagon. Maybe I should have done this in a white thread, and at least you'll be able to see what I'm doing. So hopefully that will match up with that. And then you just carry on. Take a bite of your hexie. I'm struggling to see because I'm doing it at arm's length. I apologise. Let me. Right. Pick up your innie, outie, and off you go. Right, and that's kind of what you do all the way around. It really doesn't take that long. I'm making it look like hard work because I am doing it at arm's length and it's not very comfortable. And my arm, I'm laying on a nerve and it keeps doing that. It's not helpful. Right, I'm going to drag it into me. I'm going to sit and stitch it. I guess what I ought to do is have a camera over my shoulder, but that's a bit technical for today. Okay, I'm going to do that all the way around. Okay, and with it's gradually going in. All right, see you on the other side. Won't be long. Right, just going to put in the last couple of stitches, and you don't have to put a lining on the bottom. I just like to have a nice, neat bottom, basically. It's much easier when you can get it up under your nose rather than trying to do it like I'm trying to do it. Right. Like I say, is it this? Well, it's not. Well, I don't know. Is it an invisible thread? It is pretty. It is pretty good. It's actually for a sewing machine. You can. That's what it's meant for, not for hand stitching, but I just use it for hand stitching. Right. Okay. So our base is in, and you know it's standing up. As I say, they are. I don't know why that. I guess because of the size. So maybe you do want to put a bit of interfacing in, but do you know what? That's fine for me. Yeah, it's sticking up. It's fine. All right. So do the same again. Take your basting stitches out. Did I put a knot in this one? I don't remember. I can't see one. Right, I don't know. Let's just chop it anyway. Handy to have a nail. Just floof it out. Now this is going to be super floppy. So this is, you know, kind of another reason why I like to put a thick felt on the bottom. So again, you could interface this before you stitch it on. Was I a good girl and missed all the bits? Oh no, I caught it there. Darn, never mind. Right, so yeah, it's a little bit flippy floppy, but now we're going to put this on. Again, line it up, and again you need to stitch around it, I'm afraid, but it really doesn't take that long. I'm going to do slightly bigger stitches because, you know, I don't mind this bit being seen. Whoever lifts up bowls in my house and looks at their bottoms, I give them a slap, because it really doesn't matter. But I'm hoping it will stiffen it up considerably. Oh, you're not playing nice. Doesn't help when your threads don't want to play nice. So anyway, I hope you're giving this a go. I know a couple of people have said they're going to give it a go. And I mean, really, you can do whatever size you like in this. I think if you went any bigger than this, you would need to definitely put some interfacing in, because, you know, at this size, you know, they're quite sturdy. This, I'm going to road test this size, but I'm thinking it's going to be all right. So just start the knot under there. So it's just literally a case now of, I'm going to do quite a big blanket stitch. Again, do whatever stitch you fancy. You could just you could just whip stitch the bottom on. How the heck did that form? Why is it as soon as I put the camera on? Are you going to come out? Because I don't want to cut you if you are. No, I don't know how that managed to form itself. Let's take that out. Oh, no, not you. This end. Oh, fiddly dee. Right, hold on. Every time. Let's get you back on there. I don't even know how that happened. But Mysterious Knot Club. I found a member. Yeah, I think, as I say, as I was saying, I was rudely interrupted by stitches. Yeah, I think if you went any bigger than this, you would definitely need to reinforce it. So, so do so. I'll start here for no other reason than you might actually be able to see what I'm doing. If there's a cack-handy way of doing something, I can honestly find it. Right, stay. Yeah, this is an incredibly thick felt, so ordinary felt would be fine. But, you know, I like to make my life a little bit difficult by using extra thick felt. So I'm just going to squeeze it gently. I'm going to do quite big ones here. Sorry, am I even in shot? Probably not. I get so used to dragging it up under my nose, so I do apologise. So you just kind of catching the edge that you've just stitched, basically. So, but I'm going to do quite big blanket stitches. Definitely could do with a thimble, but I think it's downstairs. Don't take up too much, just taking a bite. I'm hoping you can see that. I'm just going to put in the last stitch. Helps if you stay in camera, Susan. I was just contemplating whilst I was off stitching away there. I think in hindsight I should have put some interfacing in this, but I think it'll be fine for what I need it for. But if you do a bigger one, I would advise you, give it a little bit of interfacing just to stiffen those sides up. Unless you've got an extremely sort of thick cotton fabric, then it would be fine. You wouldn't need to. But right, there we are. It is done. So quite happy with that. Just give it a little bit of a... So that's the bottom, complete with bits, of course. Yeah, so I did quite a big blanket stitch around there. You can probably see that. But yeah, it stays up. It's fine. It's fine. It doesn't need anything else. I could even stack them. Right. So now, if you particularly like this colourway, I've managed to make 4 kits, if you like, which includes this one is a bit of an anomaly because I'd run out of the blue fabric, but I had 2 of these already cut. So this one has got 2 cut, but the rest of the pack, the kit, whatever you want to call it, you've got your shapes. So you've got your bottom hexie, and then you've got your 12 side pentagons. Okay, so I've cut out 2 already, as I say, because I'd run out of the blue. Anyway, so in it is all your shapes, and then there are, let me grab the bits that aren't in the bag, save the noise. So there's 3 bits of the 3 pieces of the butterfly, 3 pieces of the batik blue, that blue, and obviously this one, oh, it has got 3 bits. Oh yeah, it would do, yeah. That one's only, the other one in the packet here, gold, hang on, let me explain myself. So this one, because I didn't have enough, you've only got 2 bits of this blue, because that's enough to cut out the rest of your pentagons. But obviously this one, you need 3 bits, because there's nothing cut. Does that make sense? I think it does. Yeah, so you need 3 pieces of each to cut out. Yeah, I've put in extra of that one just because. So out of one of these pieces, say you're going to do like I've done here, and you're going to have the butterflies in the bottom, there's enough on the 3rd piece to have your hexagon and your pentagon for the bottom. Or you could do it in the blue, because there'd be enough left, because you only need 3 of the light blues. So there's plenty of that. I think that makes sense. I don't know anymore. So I've only got 4 of these, because that's all I've got left of these fabrics now. So yeah, so I can make up 4 kits like that, basically, with all the shapes and everything. If you want to use your own fabrics, that's fine. I'm also going to do the die cut shapes in packs. These can go as a letter in the UK. I can't remember what the prices are. I'll put it all on Ko-fi and you'll see what the prices are. For the US, there is a standard letter price, so but they just sneak through the depth barrier, you know. So anyway, you might not be interested, in which case that's fine. So there we are. It's all done, and I hope you enjoyed that. Yeah, I'm not including the felt, by the way, because you know you might not want a pink bottom. But to be honest, just double interface the hexagon and then double it up, stitch those, and then stitch those together on the base, and that'll be it done. Right, I think that's making sense. Any questions, just ask. But yeah, that's it. It's all done. See you on the next one. Bye.